to the InfoWars Nightly News. It's Friday, January 31st, 2014, and I'm Leanne McAdoo. Here's what's coming up tonight.
Tonight, a TSA insider confirms the shocking level of corruption that infests the federal agency. Meanwhile, an investigation out of Georgia has uncovered multiple police departments engaged in roadside strip searches. The Department of Homeland Security censors a report on deadly force, and Mexico protects its borders better than the U.S. All that and more up next on the InfoWars Nightly News.
Well, we've been warning you for years about how the TSA is nothing more than a bunch of unprofessional pervs shoving you through the nude body scanners. They're going to abuse their authority. And now an ex-TSA agent is speaking out, and he says, yes, I was looking at you naked, and we were laughing. The agent had written to the New York Times following that knee-jerk response by the TSA to employ the nude body scanners after the underwear bomber made it onto the plane. Gee, I wonder how he did that with his FBI escort. Now, the agent went on to explain how he hated his job from the beginning, and in fact, most TSA agents hate their job. They know it's a useless waste of taxpayer money and an abuse of the population. The agent explained how he hates patting down the crotches of children, the elderly, and even infants. He was required to confiscate nail clippers from airline pilots, with the logic being that those pilots were going to use the nail clippers to hijack their very plane they were flying. And he said a very low moment was when he had to confiscate a celebratory bottle of champagne from a group of Marines who were coming home from Afghanistan. One of the men had lost both his limbs to an IED, and he had to tell that man that, I'm sorry, although you risk your life for the security of this country, I've got to take away your celebratory champagne in the name of national security. Now, he also revealed how the selective list that was causing a lot of racial profiling issues, he said it was a purely political list because there was no need for enhanced screening for anyone from Saudi Arabia or Pakistan, which are states historically known to harbor, aid, and abet terrorists. Now, of course, it's all political. It's all an opportunity for abuse of power and control. It has nothing to do with terrorism. We've been saying this from day one. We've been saying they'd be looking at your nude scanners and that, yes, indeed, there was a little bit more radiation than they had hoped for. But no, everything's fine. They're just there to keep us safe. And now that the Super Bowl is upon us, the TSA, they're going to roll them out in full force to just get us trained to say, oh, well, if you let us pat you down and put our hands in your pants and put you through the body scanners, we'll let you get on a train or we'll let you go to the football game, and just basically this conditioning. And so in order to do this, they have to continually ramp up the terror threat. And now authorities there are saying that mass transit is being seen as the big risk, the top risk for the Super Bowl, specifically bomb attacks. And those are like the same kind that have torn through Russia's mass transit before the upcoming Sochi Olympics. Now, this article, of course, is quick to remind us of the reason for all of this terrorism by pointing out that the stadium is just 10 miles from the site of the 9/11 attacks. And then, of course, it also points out that the Boston bombing attacks were pulled off by these lone wolves, and that's the exact type of scenario that officials are worried that could happen along Super Bowl Boulevard. Now, even though both of those attacks have much evidence to support the theory that our own government was behind them and at the very least helped to implement them, they're going to go ahead and just roll this theory, this story, so that they can forge ahead with the TSA and all of this contrived security theater for our safety, of course. And of course, no contrived national security threat would be complete without suspicious packages. They've already found 7, they say, and near the site of the Super Bowl. One letter they examined was at an unidentified location was found to contain only baking soda. Now, authorities would not identify the sites that received the packages or describe why they were considered suspicious. Of course, because they really don't need to give you or I any reason for violating our rights. They're just going to go ahead and do it, and they're going to just come up with all these suspicious packages. It never fails, the white powder packages They always pop up when we have these national security threats. But look what else is the new norm. Snipers. That's right. You know, they were once reserved for war and for when the FBI wanted to secretly take out leaders of the Occupy movement. Now snipers are going to be trained on you and your drinking buddies, all for your safety, of course. Now, officials want you to know that just because sniper and SWAT teams will be present at the game, it doesn't mean there's anything for the game goers to worry about. The snipers will just be doing their job so fans can have an enjoyably safe experience. Oh, safety. Gosh, where have we heard this so many times before? Giving up your liberty for safety. Oh my gosh. History repeats itself. And the thing that is, it's not only so sad and frightening that people are still buying this and considering this the new norm, they're actually begging for it. They're begging for this kind of treatment as long as it keeps them safe from Al-Qaeda.
The facts are in. The studies are legion. Sodium fluoride and other members of the fluorine family that are added to Western water supplies are devastating the health and cognitive ability of the people that drink it. So the question is, why are the social engineers adding it to the water? Simple. Dumb down the host population that the parasitic technocracy is feeding on. We developed Fluoride Shield to be the highest quality, highest standards because I use it every day and my family uses it every single day. Let's take a closer look at the ingredients that make up this special proprietary formula. Tamarind has been celebrated for its ability to immobilize toxic fluoride residues, while zeolites have a long history of attracting and holding toxic compounds. Enter fulvic acid, an excellent cleansing agent. Then we added the highest quality shilajit, a rare compound that is collected from the high mountains of the Himalayas. We topped it all off with the powerhouse herb cilantro that is intended to mobilize fluoride and other dangerous compounds for removal from the body. And the final touch to energize this formula is our proprietary nascent iodine. And as always, consult your physician as well because that is important. And finally, Fluoride Shield, Survival Shield, and all the products at InfoWarsLife.com grew out of my quest to try to find the very best compounds from God's cornucopia to protect myself and my family. And from our research, I believe we are bringing you the best, highest quality products. And you have that commitment from Alex Jones and the entire InfoWars crew.